what better way to kick off this event than hearing from the CEO and co-founder of Manychat, Mr. Mike Yan. If you don't know Mike, one, he's an incredible human being. He's very passionate, but every time he does these big State of the Unions at the beginning of conversations, you get to hear from three main things. You're going to hear from how Manychat is doing, and by the way, it's a secret, but they're doing really well, okay? And he's going to talk about how this last year, the impact, how they've felt in this pandemic environment and how they're growing, which is awesome to hear. And then also you're going to hear about kind of the future, right? Where is this whole thing going? Where is chat conversation, chat marketing? Where are bots going? Like, what is the feature set that Manychat is about to roll out? And that's exactly what Mike is going to talk about as well, is where are the features going? What are the big announcements for Manychat? What are the new products that you're going to be able to experience this year to serve your customers better? And I'll tell you, Manychat has been just a rocket ship. And me personally, I've used them as an example. They're the #1 chat marketing platform on the planet, okay? They have over 1 million businesses in over 190 countries around the world. They literally are revolutionizing how we communicate with our customers. And I'll tell you, Manychat, it literally enables businesses to leverage not only Facebook Messenger and SMS, but also email marketing, sales, and support, which a lot of people don't know, because you always associate Manychat with like, okay, chatbots and Facebook, right? But they're actually doing a lot more. And so what better way to hear what they're doing, where they're going, and how we can start to look to the future of chat marketing than hearing from the CEO and co-founder of the #1 chat platform on the planet. So here we go, kicking off day one with an amazing session. Enjoy Mr. Mike Yan.
Hey guys, my name is Mike Yan, and I'm the CEO and co-founder of Manychat. Today we have an amazing conference for you guys. And we're super excited for all of you to be here. It's called Chat Marketing: How to Thrive in the Mobile Era. And I want to welcome all of you to this amazing event. We've got almost the whole world in this room. We got 75 countries. It's a truly international event, and we couldn't be more excited about this. And I think you should be excited too, because we've got people like Damon John, Ryan Dice, Jasmine Starr, Neil Patel, Billie Jean, Molly Pittman, and Marcus Murphy, among a bunch of other great speakers to teach you all about the future of marketing. So, get excited. Now, this year, a lot has happened. We've been quarantined, staying at home, working from home. The local businesses took a hit. The travel was banned. And we're now social distancing. And when we're not, we're protesting the social injustices around the whole world. So if you're feeling that something is wrong, that you're struggling, just know this: you're not alone. This is a thing that we're going all together through. So let's help and support each other. Let's make sure that we've got each other. And we're trying to do, on our side, a lot of things in this. Things like the virtual summit of navigating the COVID change, features like pausing your account for a few months if you're struggling, and partnering with CDC to actually inform the public about this disease. This was a really important project that we did. Now, we also implemented a free COVID template that was spread around the world by you guys, our community, people like Nick Miller who distributed the COVID solution, or people like Els who actually implemented Manychat to help fight against COVID. Now, some of these people actually got on national TV. So this is from Philippines, where Manychat was used to decrease the load on the healthcare system by answering questions through Facebook Messenger. We wanted to say thank you. Thank you for all the support, and thank you for helping each other go through these tough times. We're stronger together. And this is truly unprecedented times, guys. We're going through a health crisis, through a financial crisis, and through a social crisis all at the same time. So make sure to help and support each other, and we're going to continue doing our best to support you guys. Now, our mission is to help businesses grow by building meaningful relationships with their customers. And let me give you just a brief history of Manychat, because we want to build a meaningful relationship with you guys. We founded in 2015. It was just two guys, me and my co-founder Anthony, and it's us eating some eggs in San Francisco. And we started on Telegram. It's a messenger app, just like Facebook Messenger, that was one of the first Western messenger apps to open up their APIs. We got into an accelerator called 500 Startups, and this is us working in the co-working space. And this is the same shot from a different angle so that you get that 3D experience of how we were going through that accelerator. Now, by going through that, we launched on Facebook Messenger, and we were really, really excited about that. And not only we were excited about that, but actually other people too. So this is us standing at the demo day, waiting for our turn to tell investors in the whole world about what we've built. And this is the room, hundreds of investors. We're presenting Manychat. Chatbots are across all of the TechCrunch articles. And we've got a lot of attention. A lot of people were really, really excited about what we've built. But one by one, they started disappearing when they learned that this is actually about helping businesses connect with customers and not about building some super sophisticated AI technology that's not even needed by the businesses at that point. We thought first that was just a few people, but then we got more and more people that started saying, hey, this is not the right time. And people just rejected our idea and rejected that vision of chat being the center of customer communication. So we thought about this and we said, hey, even though we got 40 no's from investors, we still believe in this idea. We still believe that chat is the future of marketing, and we're still going to build it. So we launched the Pro plan and started got our first few customers. Now, after we did that, accidentally, just a few weeks after, we actually ended up raising our $1 million seed round. And this allowed us to hire more people. And these are the people that were with us. And then we hired more people. And this allowed us to build the best messenger marketing platform in the world. We released the Flow Builder the next year. And this changed the messenger marketing game forever. Next year, we actually did another world first. We launched the first in the world messenger marketing conference. It was Conversations 2018, just a few years ago, and it was a tremendous success. Hundreds of people from Facebook, and we had a great time, so much support and so much love that we actually decided to make this an annual conference. So I'm really happy that today we're continuing that tradition and hosting our Conversations 2020. Now, next, we raised $18 million from Bessemer Venture Partners, and these guys are the most respected investors in the software as a service space, in the web app space in which we operate. These are the guys who've invested in companies like Twilio, Intercom, Wix, SendGrid, Shopify, and now they've also invested in Manychat. We are super excited about that. And in 2019, Zapier named us the fastest growing app. This is a report by them. And then Forbes named us a Cloud 100 Rising Star, which we're super proud of and super honored to be having that type of recognition. That's a brief history of how we went from just two people, me and my co-founder, to where we are today. And let me just talk briefly about where Manychat is today. We're right now a bigger team. We're actually 120 people around the world. These are the people who make this possible. These are the real heroes who build the product, who create the customer experience, who educate, who market, who support. And I just want you guys to give it up for them, because these are the people who make this all possible. I just cannot say enough how great of a team this is to be working with. Very honored, and I think this is what we need to continue doing, is growing that team and that culture. Now, last year we announced 800,000 businesses connected to Manychat. This year we are super happy to announce that we've actually crossed 1.8 million businesses connected to Manychat. That's over 2x growth year over year. This is amazing. You guys been a part of that journey. You guys enabled that journey. So we're super excited about that. And those businesses have had 500 million contacts last year. So the number this year is actually 1.5 billion contacts. This is 3x growth year over year. Again, this is just amazing how much this industry has grown in just 1 year. And if we were talking about users, last year we've crossed the 1 million user mark, and this year we're happy to announce that we are over 2 million users across the platform. People from 190 countries around the world. Last year we said almost every country in the world uses Manychat, and this year I think we can drop the almost part. So really, really excited about that. All of this growth and all of this progress makes me say that chat marketing is just getting started. This is just getting started. The whole industry is in its infancy. Even though it feels like everybody is already using it, it's because you're a part of that bubble, guys. So the majority of the world, businesses don't know what it is, are not using it, and this is the opportunity that we want to tackle. So this year, digital adoption has accelerated. The reason that chat marketing is just getting started is because so much has happened in the last year. And if you don't take my word for it, right? CEO of Microsoft, Satya Nadella, has said that we've seen 2 years worth of digital transformation happen in just 2 months, right? If you look at the US e-commerce penetration, we've gone through 10 years of growth in just 3 months. It took us 10 years to grow from 5% to 15%, right? To get that 10% increase in absolute numbers. And we're right now over 30% in just 3 months. This is why you feel like everything has sped up. And this is actually great because this creates opportunity for businesses, for agencies, and for marketers. The other thing that we wanted to mention is just mobile. Mobile is amazing, and this is what you're investing in. When you're learning a platform and you're using a platform like Manychat, you're investing in adoption of mobile, and mobile is eating the world. Or actually, I should say mobile has eaten the world already, because last year, if we look at US traffic, right, the web page views, last year, the US traffic has actually been mostly mobile. The mobile traffic has surpassed desktop traffic in November 2019. There have been more mobile web page views than desktop. And that is very important because it just happened. Now, we've gone in 10 years, the mobile has gone from 2% of web page traffic to 52% of web page traffic. But some of the people who might be less bullish, I would say, right? They would say, okay, like mobile is still just getting started, like okay about the page views, but what about actual sales? So let me give you another stat. E-commerce has reported that the 64% of e-commerce sales worldwide happen on mobile. That's not in terms of transactions. That's actual sales in dollars. So already the majority of dollars are being spent on mobile, and 64% of all e-commerce is mobile commerce. But it's not distributed evenly. If you look at by region, and we have an international audience here, so this is going to be exciting for you to see the different region stats. In Latin America, for example, we got 34%, right? In Central and Eastern Europe, we got 35%. In Western Europe, we got 40%. North America, 43.7%. Middle East and Asia, we got 61.6%. And Asia and Pacific, we got 76%, almost 77% of e-commerce sales happening on mobile. This is amazing, and this shows you the future of mobile adoption. If we look at the trend, this is not, this is just a one picture. This is a static picture. Let's look at the in dynamics, right? How it's evolving over the years. In 2019, 45% of e-commerce sales in the US happened on mobile devices. So this is data from eMarketer again. We got 45%, almost 45% in 2019. Now, in 2020, we go to 49%. And in 2021, we actually surpassed 50%. So 2021 is going to be the first year in history when mobile commerce is going to overtake desktop commerce in the US. And if you look at the picture, how it's evolving next, it just continues to take off. So by 2023, 60% of sales in dollar amount is going to happen on mobile. And smartphones are the primary driver of that growth. In fact, in 2019, 73% of e-commerce growth was driven by smartphones. So the e-commerce is growing really fast, and the main driver of that is mobile. So mobile is not just about browsing anymore. It's actual sales. And the world is mobile. The phrase, we need to optimize for mobile, doesn't make sense anymore. You don't need to optimize for mobile because mobile is the default. You actually have to start with mobile. And this is the new way you should be thinking about marketing. And we've been living for 20 years in a desktop-first world, and it's not desktop-first anymore. You should start with mobile. Now, this is why I'm saying that mobile has already eaten the world, because 64% of sales are already happening on mobile, right? So now, if mobile, you should start with mobile. So how are you going to talk to your customers on mobile? And here we should start with the same rule that we've been talking about for some years, is that the way people connect with businesses always follows the way people connect with each other, right? So how do people connect one-on-one on mobile? Is it email? Actually, it is. Mobile remains the most popular reading environment, with 42% of all emails being opened on mobile, and that's coming from Litmus, right? But on mobile, email is great, but in the mobile world, email is not enough. You cannot just do email, though email is important, right? You have to think about other channels, things like SMS, things like messaging apps, which there is many of, right? And then you still have to think about mobile email because it actually drives results. Don't get me wrong, we have nothing against email. So let's talk about SMS. 5 billion SMS-enabled devices in the world, 99% open rates, 10-30% CTRs. It's an amazing channel, an amazing opportunity. If you're not thinking about SMS, you should be thinking about SMS right now. It's the next frontier, along with messaging apps. Let's talk about messaging apps for a second. Over 2.5 billion people are using messaging apps. It's basically 87%. Basically, everybody who has a smartphone is using a messaging app. And this is, again, data from eMarketer. By 2022, we're going to go to 3 billion people who are using messaging apps. So this is the most important channel that you should be thinking about if you're going into the future, right? And the thing I'm saying this is the most important channel is because if you look at the growth of mobile messaging app users and social network app users, in 2020, mobile messaging app users have surpassed social media app users, right? Mobile messaging app users, mobile messaging is the most used apps, category of apps in the world. There is going to be more mobile messaging app users than social network users. And just think about, this is why I'm saying that chat marketing is just getting started, is because think about how many people are doing social media marketing. Everybody, right? It took us like 10 years, but right now everybody's doing it, right? Now, how many people are actually doing messenger marketing and chat marketing? It's still a novel idea. You still have to tell people about it. It's not like everybody knows about it, right? Again, your guys are part of the bubble. That's why you feel like everybody knows about it. But if you talk to people, if you talk to business, you have to explain to them what's a chatbot, what's messaging apps, et cetera. So, and this is the opportunity. This is why this is so important. Now, in the mobile world, email is not enough. You have to use other channels, SMS, messaging apps, mobile email. And that's why to succeed on mobile, you have to go omni-channel. And this is exactly what Manychat brings to you, the ability to go omni-channel and to focus on your mobile experience and to focus on chat. So let me give you just 3 rules of thumb, or the new rules of marketing, if you wish, right? The new rules of marketing are, you have to start with mobile. Like that's just where your customers are. That's where the customer's attention is. You have to go omni-channel, because on mobile, the communication channels are fragmented. You cannot just do one thing. You have to own the whole audience, and you have to do multiple channels. And I know for some of you it might sound like harder to do than just one channel, but it is what it is. You cannot force customers to not use SMS or not to use messaging apps. So if you want to connect with them, you have to go omni-channel. And the third rule is you have to focus on chat. You cannot do the same thing, non-interactive, transactional stuff that like people have been used to for the past 10, 20 years, right? You have to focus on chat, on that interactivity, on that hybrid approach between humans and automation. And again, this is what we want to bring to you guys. So start with mobile, go omni-channel, and focus on chat. Manychat is here to give you the tools, the education, and the inspiration to succeed in the new mobile omni-channel world. And we're going to talk about more about each of those things later. But no, we've got your back. So let's see how we actually did that like over the last year. Let's do a quick year recap of the things that we've worked on and we released. So last year, oh man, we released a bunch of things, right? I'm sure that even the most advanced users don't know the half of this list. And maybe like we should work on that. But this is how fast the industry is moving. This is how much we've released. Now I want just to highlight a few things that I think are important that have happened over the past year. So we released a bunch of stuff on the SMS side. Things like notify admin by SMS so that you can get that notification. Or things that SMS in the live chat, so you can have the same level of interactivity, not only automated, but also that human touch, right? We released Multimedia Messages, the ability to send pictures and GIFs over SMS, and pioneered SMS User Input that allows you to collect user data through interactive SMS. So you can ask people questions and save those replies. And also ask people for their emails, for example, and to build more communication channel connections through just one channel, that is SMS, right? We released international SMS, user replies for SMS, and that's just on the SMS side, right? The email side, a bunch of stuff, email address validation, custom sender name so that you can have a more personal connection, an ability to remove branding so that you look professional, right? A lot of stuff on the Shopify side of things, native coupon integration, lots of new triggers, and an integration with Shopify's product catalog, which allows you to get and to select products right inside Manychat's interface without having to rebuild those product cards from Shopify and to like do that double work. On the mobile side, we've released an Android app, and that has tremendous success and has grown. I think that our Android app actually now has more users than our iOS app, so that's amazing. The ability to send a flow through the mobile app, which allows you to send automations on the go, right, if you don't have access to a desktop experience. The comments growth tool 2.0, which allows you now to actually separate the existing subscribers from the new subscribers and to have two different experiences for them, which allows you to create smarter and more relevant automations. And that's what we mean by more meaningful, because it's more relevant to your customers. It's less impersonal, right? It's more personal. Customer chat guest mode, which allows you to talk to your customers on your website if they even don't want to leave their Facebook profile to you. The one-time notification implementation and the create update contact action, which actually is in relation to the guest chat, a very important thing. If the person comes to your website and doesn't want to leave their Facebook profile, you can ask them for email or for their phone number, and using this action, create update contact action, create a new contact even without that Facebook connection. So this is very amazing. We released access control for Facebook users so that agencies do not get their customers just bumping into their accounts without permission, right? If you're a Facebook admin now, you cannot just join the Manychat account, right? A lot of agencies have been asking us about this, and we actually delivered. I'm really proud that the team has delivered this one. Now you can be sure that if you're an agency, the only people inside your account are going to be the people you approve. We released the Klaviyo integration, smart segments, and protected templates. And we actually released a new starting step with all of the triggers that start the flow, and of course, one of the most important updates, the ability to hide the sidebar. Now, this has been an amazing year, and we thank you for all the feedback and support that we've gotten from our community, and we hope that this has been also an amazing year for you guys. Over the course of this year, we released a bunch of stuff, and I wanted just to stress that we're not a company that releases something like every year. There's like 1 year release type of cycle. We actually release something new every week. And this is why it's so hard to prepare for conversations, because actually all the major updates, we already released them. We don't want to hold them back. All right. So this is why today a list of updates is not going to be that long or impressive. Okay, guys, I'm kidding. Of course, it's going to be impressive. It's going to be long. So brace yourselves. We're going to have a great time right now, because we're right now going to be talking about the updates for the platform. So let's talk about this. We started with the annual post of, hey, guys, what do you think we should build? Right? And you guys, as always, hundreds of comments, lots of people like asking for this and that. And one of the most requested things was actually like build an actual feature request platform, right? Stop asking this inside the community, get the whole user base involved, and build a feature request platform. And we actually did it, and we did it in a few days. If you remember that time, we actually built it in 2 days. And you can go to feedback.manychat.com, and you'll find this page, and you can vote for stuff, and you can comment, and you can suggest. And we are always reading through that, because we value your feedback so much, and we actually act on the feedback. And you're going to see that lots of the stuff that you actually requested, we actually delivered. So let's get right to it, and let's start the conversation with conversation starters. So what conversation starters are, it's a way for you to increase the conversion of your organic traffic. So it's a way for you to display questions on your page when a person starts a conversation on that page. So let me just show you, and it's going to be self-explanatory. Say a user is searching for a page, and they found your page, they click on the original Coast clothing. See those questions? Those are conversation starters. That's real simple suggestions on what the user can ask your business, right? And the reason this is important is because not everybody understands what get started means. And not people, if you don't do the get started, then people don't know what actually they can and cannot ask. So this is a way to prompt suggestions, right, to your customers. And we implement this in a classic Manychat fashion. Super simple. You go to settings, go to Messenger, you'll see conversation starters right at the bottom under the main menu. And the way you implement them is really simple. You just press edit, add a question, you type in your question, and for example, what is your address, right? And then you can add more questions. For example, when are you open, right? Or if you're a restaurant, you can promote, like, for example, your booking capabilities. I want to book a table, right? These are the suggestions. And the only thing that is left to do is to connect those conversation starters with either an existing flow or to create a new flow. And that's it. You're done. By doing this one simple thing, you're increasing the conversion rate of your organic traffic. So here you go, conversation starters. That's the first thing. Now, let's talk about another very important update that a lot of you have been asking about, and that is the ability to undo stuff. Yes, that's right. Today, we're announcing the ability to undo and the ability, as I like to call it, the undo, or to, okay, redo. Let's call it that way. So the way it works is, as you would imagine, say, for example, you have this amazing flow, and you've selected all of it, and then a cat jumped on your keyboard and deleted and confirmed the deletion, and then, oh my God, you lost half of your flow. But don't worry, you got the undo button. And if you like it, I can actually redo. But here you go. If you do the auto range and you want to undo it, again, it works with all of the functions. You can undo all of those actions. Even if you, for example, select and duplicate all of this, you can still undo this. So this is undo, redo for everybody who has been asking for this. Now we've got it, and can't wait for you to actually have a higher quality of your flow builder time spent with the flow builder. Now, let's talk about another thing that was basically suggested by our users for several years now. And we've actually now thought about this. We thought really hard because it wasn't really hard to build, I'll be honest, but we're always taking a really thoughtful approach about things we implement that we don't implement. So now we actually got around to this, and I'm really happy to introduce folders for custom fields. Now you're going to be able to organize your custom fields, and sometimes there's lots of custom fields, like really many custom fields on some accounts. You'll be able to organize them and to keep your account in a more tight and clear type of fashion. So let's look at the demo. Right now, you're looking at the Manychat settings interface, and you can see a difference. As you can see, there is a Create Folder button right on top of the user fields, right? And when you click that button, you'll be able to create a folder for your custom fields. You can name it, for example, you have a campaign, and you have specific user fields for that campaign. Now you can create a folder for that, move all those user fields into that folder, and they're going to unclutter your main interface. All those user fields are going to be still accessible right within that folder, but when you go back to the main list, they're not going to be there, right? So you get a cleaner account, even if you have a lot of custom fields, like a lot of our agency partners do. You can still have a clean, organized account. That's why this is exciting, and this is for you, the advanced users. Check it out. So that's folders for custom fields. Can't wait for you to organize your accounts, guys. So now let's talk about another thing that will help people who, like me, have a lot of accounts in their Manychat account, right? I'm talking about the ability to hide accounts from the sidebar. Yes, again, you've asked and Manychat has listened. If you have a lot of accounts, right, sometimes it can be overwhelming. So what you can do now is you can go to My Profile, and you'll see that column on the right with the I that is crossed out. That actually allows you to hide those accounts from the sidebar. So now you can actually hide one or multiple accounts, and this will allow you to, again, have a more organized account. And if you go back to the thing, now, as you can see, much better. Like this person didn't do enough job of hiding the accounts. this is what you can end up with if you hide the majority of them. And you still have access. Don't get me wrong. This is not about deleting the connection, right? You still have access to those accounts. If you go to my profile, you'll still be able to select them and edit them, etc. It's only about keeping your sidebar and list of accounts clean. But if you don't want to hide accounts, or if you still want to have them in a sidebar but reorganize them, this is why we are introducing the pinned accounts. This is a way for you to take any account. For example, you have an account that is somewhere at the bottom, right? That you want at the top. You can actually select it and hover over, click the star, and it will pin to the top. And you can pin multiple accounts. And what will happen is that you're going to be able to access those accounts really easily because they're going to be always at the top. And this is going to be super helpful if you don't want to hide accounts, but you have like a few that you're accessing really frequently. This is the best way to do it. And now, like even if you go to another account, they are still going to stay there. So this is, guys, pinned accounts for everybody. Super excited about that. The other thing that we were super excited is about the ability to build a better experience for the agencies when they're just connecting and just starting the work on the bot. A lot of you are starting the work on a test page, and then you create a new account that you would connect to a production page, right? You start on a test page, you pay for the pro because you need the features, then you create a template, then you create a new account, connect the production template, and apply the template. It's hard. This is why we're introducing flexible Facebook page connection. Now you can actually start working on your account on a test page, make sure everything is working, then go back to settings, disconnect that page, and connect a new page that is production, and the flows and custom fields and tags, everything is going to stay in its place. So this is much easier than creating multiple accounts, doing the template transfer, etc. Just work with one account, and flexible Facebook page connection allows you to disconnect and connect a new page. Super excited about that. Let's take a look at the demo.
So here we are in the Manychat settings, and you're going to go to the General tab, and you're going to see a new section, Remove Facebook Page section, and a button that says Remove. When you press that button, you're going to see a modal window, and the most important thing for you to understand is that Facebook page subscribers are not going to be interchangeable between pages. So you cannot transfer subscribers between one page to another page. So when you're removing a Facebook page connection, you're going to actually lose those subscribers. That's why we're saying that the major use case for this is when you're going from that test page to that production page, when you don't really care about the first 5-10 subscribers on that test page. In any case that you use this, just be aware that when you remove the Facebook page connection, you are going to lose those subscribers. Now, if you're okay with that, if that's exactly what you're trying to do, you're trying to connect all the other flows and custom fields and tags to a new page, then you can check those checkboxes, type in remove, and when you confirm your action, that Facebook page connection is going to be removed. What this allows you to do now is this allows you to connect a new Facebook page to this same account. You're going to click on connect, and you're going to be prompted with a list of your pages. You're going to select a page, and that's it. That's how easy this is.
So this is flexible Facebook page connection. Really excited about that. Now let's talk about SMS. We've talked about SMS being a great channel, and the numbers are supporting that. SMS on Manychat is growing really fast. We're actually, since the start of this year, we actually are sending 6 times more messages monthly than we did at the end of last year. And now Manychat is sending millions of SMS every month. This is why we released all of these updates already, right? But today we want to announce a few more things. So first of all, let's talk about delivery. When we started sending millions of SMS, we optimized the delivery. That means working with carriers and the platforms that provide SMS capabilities to us, And that means also working on the shorteners and other things to optimize the delivery. Next thing, we actually implemented a fraud prevention program because Manychat's SMS is so awesome that people, bad actors, started using it. So we had to take action to make sure that everybody's delivery rate stays top notch. And I'm really happy to announce that Manychat has 90% plus delivery rate on SMS. So super excited about that. The other thing is that, actually, let's look at some examples, right? So this is some cafe that informs people about the fact that they have online ordering. 10,000 messages sent, over 90% delivered, right? This is a very important use case that wouldn't be possible without SMS. This is how you take advantage of that. Let's take a look at another one, right? Let's look at the Painters Clubhouse. 2,000 SMS, 90% plus delivery rate. And again, this wouldn't have been possible without SMS. And the cool thing is that we're now introducing a new thing because a lot of you have complained about the fact that we're charging every $10 for the SMS. Every 1,000 messages, we charge you $10. And if you're sending thousands of SMS, for example, like Sun Cafe, like 10,000 SMS, you would get like 10 invoices for $10. And that would be like just messy, right? So today, we are introducing SMS and email wallet, which allows you to actually implement one-time payment or an auto recharge, set up auto recharge the way that you want it to work. So let's take a look how it works. You go to settings billing, and you're going to see balance for SMS and email sending. And then you can see configure autofill and add funds, right? So let's look at add funds. You just press that button. It opens how much do you want to add. You select the number. You press add funds. That's it. You're done, right? Super simple. That's a one-time payment. Now, let's look at the auto refill. Auto refill is really cool because it makes sure that you're not going to spend more, like that you're always going to be running the campaigns, that you're never going to run out of money, but it also allows you to create limits. So the way it works is you set up like how much do you want to add, for example, $10 when your balance falls below $10, and you don't want to be spending more than $1,000 every day. You could change those numbers. You could have it, for example, hey, top up like add $100 when I'm dropping below $20, right? So that's going to be 10 times less invoices. And this is going to be able to also make sure that you're controlling your daily limits. So super excited about SMS and email wallet, and cannot wait for you guys to take advantage of everything that we've built out on the SMS side of things. The interactive nature of it is just amazing. So SMS and email wallet, but you actually will not need it. The reason for that is because we've decided to do something special today. We actually decided that to promote this new channel and to give you an opportunity and the motivation to actually invest in learning about it, we are going to do something special. We're going to invest in you guys in the community, and we're going to give 10,000 free SMS to every current Pro account that is going to be available until December 31st, 2020 for the US numbers. So that's for every Pro account until the end of the year to give you motivation to actually use it for the US numbers. Guys, this is going to cost us millions of dollars if everybody takes advantage of this. This is going to cost us, but we believe in the long term. We believe that by doing this, we're going to enable more businesses, more agencies around the world to start going into the mobile omnichannel world that is focused on chat, and that in the end, it's going to be a win-win for everybody. For you guys, for your customers, for the end users who are going to get support and marketing through the channels that they actually are relevant to them, and for us as a company that is enabling that. So super excited about this. Make sure to take advantage of this opportunity. It only lasts until the end of the year. 10,000 messages, that's $100 in value. For a lot of you, you're already ROI positive on your ticket purchase. If you've purchased a ticket with a discount, you could be already ROI positive and you haven't lifted a finger. So good job on your business decisions. 10,000 free SMS for all current pro accounts. Can't wait to see all the amazing stuff that you do with this. Let's talk about the mobile app. We have tens of thousands of active users on the mobile app, and we're really happy to introduce two new tabs, Contacts and Education. So you have your mobile app. At the bottom, you're going to have this tab. You used to have only live chat. Now you have Contacts and Education. Let me show you how Contacts tab works. So inside there, you have all of your subscribers in your pocket, right? This is super amazing because you can select any of them and you can see their Messenger, SMS, email. You can send them Messenger and SMS right from the mobile app. And it's a CRM in your pocket, guys. Like, it's all of your customers available right from your mobile device. And we are also adding, at the top, you can see, we're also adding support for smart segments so that you can easily select a group of customers and talk to them, right? For example, like your cappuccino lovers. We're also introducing a new tab called Education because we really want you to implement continuous learning, right? So that you actually educate yourself every day, every week, every month. You grow that knowledge because marketing, as you've seen, and as you can see from this, it's never stop. The changes are never going to stop. The whole world, the technological landscape, the social norms, the social behaviors are changing all the time. And you have to stay on top of that. And we want to make it simple for you guys. So this is why we implemented the Education tab. It's going to be new personalized content for all of you that you can access from the Manychat app. So that's Contacts and Education. Now let's talk about Messenger. We've got some great updates on the Messenger side of things. The first one is one of the also most requested things is the ability to actually set different menus for different customer segments, right? So say, for example, you have customers who have paid for the content and your new leads, right? And you want to have different menus for them, the main menus at the bottom of your Messenger experience. We're implementing dynamic menu, which allows you to create those different menus for different sets of customers. This is going, again, to make your experiences more personal and more relevant to specific types of audiences that you have. So if you have a customer who's just come in, you can have one set of menu that is all about welcoming that customer and educating them about the business. And if you have a long-term, repeat loyal customer, they can have a completely different menu that is all about that repeat purchases and the access to the features that they actually need as a different segment group. So let's look at the demo.
So here we are in the Manychat settings, and now we're in the Messenger tab. We can see that there is a main menu section, and when you click on the edit button, you're going to see a new interface. We still have the default menu where you can set buttons for everybody inside your bot, but you can now create new dynamic menus that are going to be different menus for different sets of customers. So let's create a customer menu that's going to be displayed only for people who have a certain tag. We create a menu, we set it the name, we add the buttons, and this button is going to be My Orders, right? It's for the customer to track their orders. We're going to connect it to a flow as we usually do. This is going to be a test flow. And we're going to update the menu. And once we do that, now we can actually see that we have two different menus, a default menu and a customer menu. Now all we have to do is create an automation to switch the menu at the appropriate time. So we're going to create a new flow, and it's going to be called Change Customer Menu. And what this flow is going to do is we're going to listen for an event when the tag customer is applied. So this is going to be the trigger, a tag applied, and we're going to specify the actual tag. And then what we will do is we're going to connect that trigger to an action, and the action is going to be change menu. So we are going to create an action group. We're going to find the change menu action. It's a new action that allows you to change menus. And we're going to select the menu that we want to display for these customers, right? So it's going to be a customer menu. Connect the trigger to the action, publish the flow, And once you do that, now everybody who is going to be tagged customer are going to instantly get a new menu with an option of My Orders. And that's the beauty of dynamic menus. You can have different menus for different customer groups, which makes your Facebook Messenger experiences more personal and more engaging.
This is the dynamic menu. Super excited about it, and can't wait to see all the creative ways that you can implement that. Now, let's talk about the Comments growth tool. It's one of the most used growth tools that we have on the platform. It's amazing how much traction that just one growth tool has gathered. So we wanted to make it better. We already made it better by allowing you to separate the existing customers from the new customers, right? And creating those relevant experiences. But how can we increase that engagement? So today, we're really happy to announce that we're introducing Comments growth tool like and comment feature, which allows you to automatically like the user's comment and reply to them right inside the comments. So let's take a look how it works. You create a growth tool just as you would, add a trigger on your flow, select Facebook and the Comments growth tool 2.0. Inside that growth tool, when you edit it, you're going to see the auto response section. The auto response section is going to say two new things: reply in comments and like the user comment. So what this does is what it says it does. Like it's just really simple. You just the way you do this is you enter the text that you want to comment, and you press on for the like. You publish it, you activate it, and when you go and actually comment on the post, this is what you're going to see. As you can see, the hey comment, it has a like, which has been given by our page, and the Happy Hours Cafe page has replied to that comment, hey, we've just sent you a message, please check the inbox, which will increase the open rate of the Messenger automation that you're going to send through that comment. So super excited about this. This is one of the most used growth tools on Manychat, and this is going to make it even better. So that's Comments growth tool, like and comment. Sounding like a YouTuber, like and comment. So now let's talk about another part of the flow builder, and I'm talking about Smart Delay. Now, a lot of you have been asking about, hey, can we make Smart Delay more precise and maybe do a Smart Delay in seconds? The answer is now you will be able to do it. We're introducing Smart Delay in seconds. You used to actually have to do something like this. You used to create a send message for Facebook Messenger and use the internal waiting capabilities to do that waiting seconds, right? And then you would do the next step, etc. But this is a workaround, right? Like you're creating a Facebook message to do a Smart Delay. This doesn't make a lot of sense. And it especially doesn't make sense if you're using SMS, for example, right? Where you're not like in the Messenger context. So let's just burn this workaround. Let's get rid of it. And let's actually do the proper Smart Delay in seconds. And now this is how it works. You press on Smart Delay, you select the number of seconds, and you select the seconds unit. That's it. You're done. That's Smart Delay. That Smart Delay is going to wait for 10 seconds and continue to the next step. That's Smart Delay in seconds. But we thought, hey, we can actually make Smart Delay even better. We can introduce a whole new Smart Delay. And I'm talking about a date Smart Delay. And I'm going to talk about this, how it works, just in a second. But before I do, I just wanted to point out, this is all about investing in the power of the Flow Builder. We know how you guys love the Flow Builder. So we want to make it as capable and as advanced as we possibly can. So this is why today we're introducing a date Smart Delay. And the way it works is that you're going to be able not to set a relative duration, like 10 seconds, wait for a day, wait for 2 days, etc. You're going to be able to set a specific date, like, hey, wait for 20th of March, Or if you're doing Halloween, we're going to do this example for Halloween, like wait for October 31st and then continue. So it's a specific day smart delay. So let's look at how it works. Let's say we have a Halloween special. People come through the ref URL growth tool and they get a message. Thanks for signing up for the Halloween special. You'll get a message when we start the sale. Now we will create a smart delay. And it's not going to be relative, right? It's not going to be duration. We're going to create a new type, a date smart delay, right? And we're going to set a specific date, which is going to be October 31st, right? And we're going to set a time when it's going to expire. So for example, let's do 9 a.m., right? And that's it. Now, everybody who gets in that flow, no matter when they get in the flow, all of them are going to continue on the same day, the day it should happen. So on the 31st, 9 a.m. So this is specific date smart delay that allows you to create better automations and better campaigns that include specific dates. We actually decided to go in further and not only do a specific smart delay, but also do a dynamic smart delay, right? Dynamic date smart delay allows you to wait for a custom field date, for a specific custom field date. So for example, if you are doing a reminder type of flow, right? So in this flow, we're asking, when do you want to get a reminder? And we're getting a response in terms of user input. So we're going to ask for date and time, save that response to reminder time variable, right? So we're asking, hey, when do you want to get the reminder? And then the user chooses the date. So we're going to wait for that specific date by using the dynamic date smart delay. So this is how it works. We go to smart delay, we select the date, right, smart delay, and we change specific to dynamic, and we select the correct variable, which allows us to wait for that specific date. So all we have to do is to connect the smart delay to the next step, and we're going to be done. So let's do just that, connect it, and now the whole flow works. This is dynamic date smart delay, which allows you to wait for a dynamic date. Super excited about smart delay updates. A lot of things that you do in marketing are built on top of the right timing. So building better controls for smart delay, I think, makes it even smarter. So now let's talk about another thing that we are launching, and a lot of you have been asking about, is user input expiration time, right? A lot of you have been asking, hey guys, you have this default 24-hour wait period when the user is in the context of replying to the business, right? We want to be able to adjust that. We want to be able to say, for example, that the user input expires in 10 minutes or in 20 minutes, right? So we're introducing a way to actually control that. You're going to be able to set the expiration time of the user input yourself. So let's take a look how it works.
Okay, so let's say you want to ask your customers for their phone number, but in case they do not reply in 10 minutes, you want to follow up and give them more guidance and give them another option to enter their phone number. The way you would do a 10-minute follow-up in the current interface before this new update, you would probably ask the question through a user input. You would continue to a 10-minute smart delay. After you wait for 10 minutes, you would check through a condition step if the person has actually entered their phone number, and if they didn't enter the phone number, you would continue to another send message and follow up and say, hey, here's another way to enter your phone number. This would be something like this, right? This is how the flow would look like: a send message, a smart delay, a condition, and another send message. Now, with this new update, you're going to be able to do the same thing, like this 10-minute follow-up, but much easier, actually 3 times easier. The follow-up will now take only 1 step instead of the 3 steps that you're seeing, the smart delay, condition, and the send message. It will be just 1 send message step, and let me show you how this works. So we start with the same user input, right? We go to send message, and we add a user input, and we ask the subscriber for their phone number. We change the reply type to the phone type, and we also save the phone to the system field because we want to build our phone list. Now, the new thing that you see here is the user input expires in section, and it's set to the default 24 hours. You can actually change it now to make the user input expiration time longer or shorter. This is for those cases where you actually want to control how much time you give the person to respond. And a lot of you have said, hey, we don't need 24 hours. We want to set it for shorter periods of time so that the person doesn't get stuck in that user input context, right? So now we can actually change it. So let's change it for 10 minutes. We just click on the 24 hours, we select the units, and we select minutes, and we change the number of minutes to 10. Now this is done. This is how easy this is. You just change the user input expiration time, and now this user input will expire in just 10 minutes. Now the cool thing is that we also give you a new trigger that you can actually continue if the user hasn't responded in the designated time. So if the user hasn't responded in 10 minutes, you can automatically continue to a next step and you can do the follow-up. So as you can see, there is a choose next step in case the user didn't respond. You can add it right inside this popover, or you can use my favorite method and do that on the flow builder itself. So you can see there is, if subscriber has not responded and there is a connector, you can use that connector and connect it to any next step. So we're going to connect it to another send message step where we're going to ask the customer for their phone number again in case they haven't responded in 10 minutes. So we create the send message step, we add the user input, we ask the question, then we're going to change the reply type to the phone type, and then we're also going to save it to the system fields because we want to build our phone list. Now we're also going to change the user input expiration time from 24 hours to 1 hour, which will allow the people to respond in 1 hour, which gives them enough time to respond, but also it's not too long, so they will not get stuck for 24 hours in that same context. Now, as you can see, we did the 10-minute follow-up use case with just one step instead of 3. We're not using a smart delay, we're not using a condition. It's all embedded in that trigger. This is how easy this is, and given how popular the follow-up use case is, we believe that this is going to make a lot of your lives much easier and building bots faster.
So that's user input expiration time. It will allow you to have more control. And again, can't wait to see what you built with this. Now let's talk about the integrations. First and foremost, we have some Shopify updates, and that's a Shopify product item block. So what that means is that it allows you to create a Shopify product item, insert a Shopify product item right inside your flow. And the way you do this is really simple. You create the insert product when you're building the message, and this product catalog comes up, which is gotten directly from Shopify. You haven't built this out. This is already like automatically populated from your Shopify account. And what you do is you just press on the items that you want to select, and you click select, and those items are going to be automatically displayed as a gallery, and you're going to be able to configure the checkout button, like so shop now, and automatically apply a coupon campaign, which is also directly connected to the Shopify platform. Now, we also implemented a way for you to not only do specific products, but also dynamic products, right? So if you're doing an abandoned cart, then you can do like abandoned cart products, all of them, right? Or the most expensive, or the first added, or the first viewed, et cetera, et cetera. So this is something that is also really exciting. And all of that is the Shopify product item block. Now, the native integrations are really important. But even though we have over 120 people on the team, we still cannot build it all ourselves. It's just impossible. And we've been working on this for quite some time. And this is one of the most important announcements during this presentation, because this is something like breaking new ground. Because today, we're really happy to announce Manychat App Store. This is a whole new way to use Manychat. And it's a whole new universe of possibilities, because apps extend Manychat's capabilities, right? Like, you'll be able to go to the Manychat App Store, And inside that app store, you're going to see all the apps that natively work with Manychat. And you will not need technical knowledge to start using these apps. Right now, there are apps for Manychat, but it's hard to find them, and it's hard to configure them. We've actually made both of those things simpler. It's now easy to find apps because we have an app store. And it's now easy to configure them because apps now have access to the Manychat interface. Apps can create their own actions. And in the future, apps will be able to create even more entities inside Manychat. It extends what you can do with Manychat. So let me just show you a couple of examples, right? So things like seller tools, right, which is used by a lot of people, or things like bot sheets, which allow you to create content from Google Sheets, right, without even creating that content inside Manychat. So I wanted to actually stop on this one and show you how it works. So you go to the bot sheets app inside the App Store. You can look at it, right? And then you just press install the app, right, when you're ready. And then when you press install app, you're going to select the page that you want to install the app on. And so let's do the Conversation 2020. And then you'll go to app settings. And the only settings that you need are the URL sheet, the bot sheets key, and the Manychat API key. So you get those from all the settings. And once you do that, you're done. The app is installed, and now you have more actions inside your Manychat account, right? So let's start a flow, and let's say we want to display our Amazon products that are held inside a Google Sheets table, right? So what we do is we create the link. So we create a message on Facebook Messenger, like, welcome to my shop, and we are going to create a Shop Now button. And that Shop Now button is going to lead to a bot sheets action. So let's see how it works. You got a new action, bot sheets. You select an action. And as you can see, there is not just one action. That bot sheets is access to the app itself. So this is all built by a third party. This is not built by Manychat. Of course, we've reviewed it. But this is just show you that this is expanding the Manychat capabilities beyond what we can build ourselves. So now let's send a gallery from the Google Sheets data, right? So we select the gallery, and we enter a few more pieces of information that are needed for this to work, right? Like what is the worksheet name? Do we want our images horizontal or square? And once it's done, we just hit publish, preview. We get the message. When we press the Shop Now button, we get all of the items from a Google Sheet in a gallery. And those items are not in this flow. This is dynamic data coming from a Google Sheets that was created by an action, that was created by an app, that was built by somebody else. And this just shows you the power. Imagine hundreds of developers building apps for Manychat and expanding the capabilities. This is just amazing what this is going to do to the whole power of the platform. This is bot sheets. This one I'm really excited about. This is a Send SMS app. And what it does, actually, it allows you to send international SMS in countries that we don't even support. Think about that. Somebody has built an app that extends such an important functionality as SMS to countries that we do not even support yet. And it works the same way, super simple. You connect the app, you enter the API key, you click Save, and the app is installed. At this point, you get a new action inside your flows. So right now, let's just test it out. Let's create a new action that's going to send an SMS to a country that we do not support. So we're going to create an action. We're going to go to the actions and select a new action that wasn't there before, send SMS. And once we create that, again, this action is coming from the app. This is the most cool part, right? This is not something that we've built. You send the SMS. You just type in your message. Type in the phone number, and some countries even support a custom sender name. So we're going to say, hey, it's my app as a message. We're going to use a phone number, right? And we're going to say the sender name is going to be, let's say, Event 2020. And once we do that, we just click Save. And once we publish this and preview this, you're going to see something special. We're going to get a message from Manychat SMS in a country that we don't support. So here it comes. Boom. Event 2020 hates my app, built by a third-party developer. And the cool thing is, this is guys from SMS too. So let's look at their account. SMS2, which countries do they support? Let's see. So Greece, United States. I'm not going to even read this. They support the whole world. This is why we're saying that this is and just show you 2 apps, guys, right? This is 2 apps. We are starting with actually 20 apps, right? This is a whole new universe of possibilities for the platform. We're starting with 20 apps. If you are a developer, join the Manychat developer program. This is an exciting opportunity because this is a blue ocean. It's a green field. Like, there's a handful of developers building for hundreds of thousands, millions of businesses on the platform. And you can be a part of this wave. So go to bit.ly/MC_developer. You'll get access to the docs and how to start and join the program. This is going to be revolutionary. This is Manychat App Store. Now, last thing that I wanted to talk about is email. The cool thing is, email is growing even faster than SMS. Over the year, even until the end of the year, we're now sending 11 times more monthly emails than we've sent at the end of 2019. And even more, we have over 20x more email subscribers. And this has been amazing. It's growing really fast. It's an amazing channel. As I've said, on mobile, email is not enough, but it is an important channel. You have to do both, SMS and email. And I'm not even talking about Messenger. That should be like just a no-brainer. Now, in email, we've achieved a 98% delivery rate. This is amazing. Again, the team has worked really hard to deliver this, and we wanted to support the growth of the channel with a really high delivery rate. So now we're really happy to announce some new things that we're building for email, just because you guys were so receptive to this channel. So we're allowing you now to create a custom from address. So you've been able to create a custom sender name. So the sender name is like Mita from Manychat, right? So now we're actually allowing you to create a custom from address so you can use your business email inside that. This will increase your delivery rate even higher, right? That's the custom from address. We're also introducing a new email trigger. That is a trigger on when the email is opened. Again, we want to build the Flow Builder to be the best automation engine there is. And that means giving you tools to create precise automations. So the way it works is you have your email functionality, right? And you have the email being sent. Now, you can see at the bottom, there is the next step, but before that, there is the when email opened trigger that allows you to create actions on when the email was opened by your customers. So this allows you to create more sophisticated, more precise automations. That's new email trigger when opened. And the most talked about, the most asked about feature was customization. Besides the delivery rate, right, the most important thing for you guys was the customization. And this is why we released the ability to change the sender name, the removal of the branding, but now we want to take it to the next step. We want to build the best email builder, and this is why we're introducing the new email builder. This will allow us to deliver to you guys many more features in terms of how you can customize your emails. And we want to make it ready for 2020. We don't want to make it sophisticated in terms of all the unnecessary complexity of the email builders that were built in for the past 20 years by the companies that everybody knows, right? We wanted to rebuild and reimagine email for 2020 and for mobile and omni-channel. So you can go, you will be able to go to to edit your email design, and you can see the first thing is changed is that the email is not being done in the sidebar. There is an edit email design button, because now we're actually going to be directing you to a separate experience, because there's lots of things you can configure, right? So you'll be able to press on edit email design, and you're going to be directed to a new page, right? That's going to be opened inside the flow builder. Like, it's not going to open something completely different. It's going to be in the same context, but it's going to be a dedicated experience. And inside that experience, you're going to have more options for customization, but they're still going to be very simple to configure, because we are focused, as you can see on the design, we are focused on mobile. This is mobile first. You optimize for desktop later. And so, for example, you're going to be able to add a button, right? And when you add the button, it appears on the email design. There's not a lot of options, but enough to make it your own, right? This is the balance that we're finding, right? How do we make you the options to make it your own, but not overwhelm you with options so that you're like, okay, I'm done with this. I'm like, this is just too much, right? So we're giving you the options to design it, and we're also making sure to make it interactive, so that it's not just something that is separate, so that it's omni-channel and it's connected intimately to the flow builder. It's a native part of the flow builder. So you can add a link to the website, you can save it, you can come back to the flow builder, and you can see that you can actually add actions and continuing of the flow to the buttons inside the flow builder. This is the cool thing, right? You can actually integrate the email design and the flow builder and mix and match those channels any way you like. This is why we're focused on email being mobile first, simple, and interactive for the omnichannel world. So this is the new email builder. We're going to start with releasing a few features at the end of Q3. We started with that, and we're going to release more in Q4 and give you rich text capabilities and other features that you guys are going to be finding very, very useful for designing great emails, but not being overwhelmed with complexity and getting still that interactivity. So this is the new email builder. So with all that growth on the email side of things, right? 11x messages, 20x subscribers, we thought, how can we support our customers going into the omni-channel world? And you know, on the current Pro plan, you have one free email per month per contact on your plan, right? If you have a 500 contacts plan, you get 500 emails, free emails per month, right? If you have 1,000 contacts on your plan, you get 1,000 emails. So we thought, wouldn't it be cool if we create a new Pro plan and kind of like increase the number of free emails per contact on that new Pro plan? So like 2 times more, 3 times more. Then we thought about it. You know what would be cool? If we 10x'd the number of free emails per contact on your Pro plan. And you know how much it would cost? The same. It will cost the same. You get 10x more emails on your Pro plan for the same money. This is what we are announcing today. You get 10x free emails per contact on the same Pro plan. And this is what we wanted to bring to you guys, because we believe in the omnichannel world, mobile email is very important, and we want you to leverage it and not feel like you have to scramble for those email messages, 1 or 2 or 3, et cetera, et cetera. So 10x better for the same money, but can we do more? Can we actually do something else to support you on this journey to the mobile omnichannel chat world? And the answer is, with Manychat, yes, we can do more. We actually decided that since we're doing the SMS promotion, why not, just crazy thought, why not do the same for email? Actually, why not do 10 times more for email? 100,000 free emails for every Pro customer, current Pro customer, that is going to expire by the end of this year, you are getting 100,000 free emails until the end of this year so that you can go omni-channel this season. Again, this is also going to cost us a few $1 million. But we are really, really excited about this. And we really want you to try out SMS, to try out email, and to actually become successful, because your success is our success. Now, one thing that the team has pointed out to me is that, hey, you're talking about the people on this conference being ROI positive, but even isn't this for all current pro accounts? And I'm like, yeah, this is for all current pro accounts. And the team was like, well, then the people who didn't come to the conference, they didn't make the investment, and they still got the free SMS and the free emails. We got to do something special for the conference attendees. So we decided to do something special for the conference attendees. Conference attendees are getting 2x of those numbers. As a conference attendee, you get 20,000 free SMS until the end of this year for the US numbers. And you're getting 200,000 free emails until the end of this year as a package. Guys, we wanted to do something special. This is why we're 2xing. For everybody who is in this room, thank you for supporting us. Thank you for being a part of this journey. And this is why we wanted to do this gift for you. Make sure to take advantage of this. This is $800 worth of value that we're gifting to you, but you have to take advantage. You have to actually use it and implement it. And this is why we're announcing the Many Challenge. The Many Challenge is the challenge to go omni-channel this season. Messenger, SMS, and email. And the way you do that is really, really simple, right? We're going to give you a plan to do that. But before we give you a plan to do that, we're going to give you an inspiration to do that. So this is a quote from a very successful person. Someone is sitting in the shade today because someone planted a tree a long time ago. Warren Buffett has said this, actually. And what we're asking you to do is we're asking you to plant your tree this season. And by planting a tree, I mean investing in your education, investing in building stronger relationships with your customers, investing in the mobile omni-channel chat-focused world that we are all a part of. This is very important, and this is why we're building the best in the world platform for you guys, and this is why we're making these crazy promotions. Like when my VP of Finance heard about this, he's like, I'm not sure about this. Like this is like, if people really take advantage of this, this is going to be huge. So, and we talked and we discussed about being focused on the long term, and that even though we're investing in the short term in the community, this is going to all play out well for everybody. So we got the approval, but you got to take advantage of this. And this is how you're going to do this. To go omni-channel this season, there's 3 steps you have to make. First, make a decision to go omni-channel. This is super important that you actually not only think about maybe I should do this, maybe I shouldn't do this, etc. Those things are going to expire. If you don't take action right now, you're going to miss the whole holiday season, right? So you have to take action right now. And before you take action, you have to make a decision and make a commitment, right? So make a decision. Think about this. Do you want to spend that free SMS and educate about omni-channel, etc., or not? And if so, then say yes. I decided I'm going to go omni-channel this season. Then you can go to the next step, which is create a plan. If you don't write this down in your calendar, you're going to get distracted. I know how this goes because I'm the first person to get distracted. In 10 minutes, and maybe even right now while I'm speaking, somebody's messaging you, you're doing something else, etc. You're going to forget about your decision. So make a reminder, create a reminder in your calendar, create an actual to-do item. Make sure that you're going to follow up on this, because if you don't make sure, if you don't plant that tree, nothing is going to happen. So create a plan by putting it on the calendar when you're going to go omnichannel. When are you going to start implementing your first campaign? When are you going to read the blog post, right? Set that time. And you got to take action. Once that time hits, you actually have to remember that this was something important that you got inspired by, because you're going to be out of context. If you're going to say, okay, tomorrow I'm going to do something, right? Tomorrow is going to be a different day. You're going to be out of context. You're going to be swamped with 20 other things. So this is why you have to kind of like remember in advance that, okay, when this time hits, no excuses, I'm going to take action, right? So this is what you got to do. These are the 3 steps: make a decision, create a plan, and take action, because you've got everything. You got the best platform, you got the free SMS, you got the free emails, and you got a plan. You got an action plan. So now, guys, you have everything that you need to go omni-channel this season. And while you do that, we're going to work on something special. It's been something that a lot of you have been asking about for the last several years. Yes, I'm talking about a new platform. Super excited to announce that this year we're starting to work on our WhatsApp integration. It's the one that a lot of you have been waiting for. It's the most popular messaging app in the whole world, and we couldn't be more excited about this. We're going to start with a handful of clients in Q4 with a closed beta. And then once the scalable APIs become open, everybody will be able to come on board. So this is something that we're super excited about. Don't think about this just yet. We're sharing this just to make sure you understand how important chat is and that the industry is moving forward, and you'll have to learn new stuff next year. Right? But right now, focus on SMS, focus on email, focus on going omni-channel, but just know that WhatsApp is coming. I hope that you loved all of the updates that we've prepared for you today. All of the things on the ease of use, on the SMS, mobile app, Messenger, integrations, the App Store, all of the promotions, the 10,000 free SMS, the 100,000 free emails, 2x of that for attendees, the mini challenge, and the future closed beta on WhatsApp. This has been an amazing year, and I hope that this is the best season that you ever have, guys, up till date, up until the next year. So the whole team thanks you guys for the support and the trust that you've put in the platform. We will continue to build the best in the world experience for you guys to enable you to succeed as a business, as a marketer, or as an agency. I hope that the rest of the conference is as amazing as were all of the updates that we released today. And I'm going to see you very, very soon. Bye, guys.
Whoa. First of all, are you excited about the future of chat marketing now? Every time I hear Mike talk about anything related to where we're going, what's happening, by the way, you heard my secret. It's not a secret anymore. Manychat's doing amazing, and they're growing, and they're being even more influential in the space. And every time I hear Mike, I just get excited because I know for a fact that this is about to be a massive year, that you are going to learn and use all those new features. But here's the deal. Last thing before we go to a quick break, I want to make sure that you join the conversation. So tell us what you loved about Mike's intro. Get inside the chat on this amazing virtual platform and start talking to each other. What'd you learn? What are you excited about? What are you hopeful for? So when we come back, we got another amazing speaker. And until then, join the conversation. See you soon.